When it comes to addiction treatment, there is no one-size-fits-all program. What works for one actually may not work for another, and it can often take more than one stint in a recovery program to make sobriety stick. Addiction is a complex disease that makes a person compulsively crave a substance or activity. Changes in the brain often prevent an addict from being able to stop using. Even if at some point an addict wants to stop using, it can be difficult, if not impossible, for them to stop on their own. That's where treatment comes in. The ultimate goal of addiction treatment involves getting a person to stop using their substance of choice and helping them to achieve a substance-free lifestyle. A good treatment plan gives the patients necessary tools to help take control of their lives. That means learning to cope with the situations or emotions that drove them to abuse drugs, alcohol, or those behaviors to begin with. Throwing yourself into drugs or alcohol can be a way to escape unpleasant feelings. If addiction patients don't learn how to manage stressful or difficult times, they could relapse as soon as life becomes challenging or too overwhelming. Addiction patients often require long-term or repeated episodes of care to reach a place of lifelong abstinence and recovery. In addition, according to the Office of National Drug Control Policy, treatment can reduce drug use by 40 to 60%, decrease criminal activity, and improve an addict's employment potential by up to 40%. There are several types of drug addiction treatments. Most involve medication, behavioral therapy, or both. Some people may need inpatient programs where they are monitored 24 hours a day. Others may be able to get sober through an outpatient 12-step program like Alcoholics Anonymous. Some programs begin with drug or alcohol detox. Detoxification is not meant as a long-term solution. It is only the first stage of treatment. It is used to help minimize the effects of withdrawal, which can occur when an addict abruptly discontinues use. Many times, people with addiction problems also have underlying mental illness as well. If this is the case, the patient needs to work within a program that treats the mental disorder as well. Research shows that most people need at least 3 months in treatment to reduce or stop their drug use. The longer the treatment, the better the outcome. So if you think you or someone you love may have a problem with addiction, there is hope, but you must act today. I'm medical editor Dr. Corey Hebert with your Weekend House Call.